I'm Gloria Strode and welcome to Straightforward. Today we are at Jordan High School and we must pronounce that correctly. It is Jordan High School and not Jordan High School. And I'm visiting with Ryan Willoughby, and they have some wonderful programs going on right here in Muscogee County, and we wanted to share with the community all the great things that's happening at Jordan High School. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Ms. Strode.
Well, thank you for having us today. All of your alums brag, namely Counselor Judy Thomas, who has no shame in her bragging. This is a legacy school for her family. And all of the great things that you all have put in place over the years. You've won awards for automotives. You have 3 different types of academies. You have developed these wonderful business relationships with corporations. And we just need the community to know about all of this great stuff, because sometimes, only certain groups get a lot of press. But we want to highlight the greatness of all of our children. So share with our audience what the 3 different academies are.
Absolutely. So here at Jordan Vocational High School, we actually became a college and career academy about 5 years ago. So
College and Career Academy.
that's correct.
Okay.
So our full name now is Jordan Vocational High School College and Career Academy. And
Okay.
so to fit within the College and Career Academy model, we utilize what's called a wall-to-wall model.
A wall-to-wall model.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So at some college and career academies here in Georgia, students actually are at another high school throughout the day and then are bussed in. We don't do that here at Jordan.
Okay.
So our students are with us from 9th through 12th grade, 8 to 4 every single day.
All right.
So the way we handle that, the way we structure that, is all of our freshmen who come in immediately go into our freshman academy, which is where we are right now.
Okay, so this is a freshman academy.
Yes, ma'am.
And every freshman that is enrolled here,
Yes, ma'am.
they start at this location.
That's correct.
And this is where we're developing their core skills.
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. This is where we're focusing on the English language arts, math, science, social studies. Now, they'll take courses like that as time goes on, but everything in the freshman academy is really focused on those core courses. And then we transition them as they move into their 10th, 11th, 12th grade years into our other 2, what we call school ofs.
School loves. So this is like a college campus.
Pretty much.
So you could be in the School of Engineering or in the School of, really?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I love that.
That's correct.
No wonder you all Jordan graduates brag so much. Okay.
We absolutely do. We are very proud. I'm proud to say, like Ms. Thomas, this is a legacy school for me.
Oh, I understand. Just call up here and people are happy to share that with you.
We absolutely are. We're very proud.
Yes,
Very proud.
okay. So we have school ofs.
Yes, ma'am. That's
Okay.
correct. So every student will choose to go into one of our 2 school ofs. The first one is called Industrial and Engineering Systems.
Oh.
So that is actually what you think of as your more traditional hard shops. So it's things like welding, machining, automotive, mechatronics, construction.
The big hourly wage jobs.
Big hourly wage
Because
jobs.
I was a social worker in my other life.
Yes.
That's a little hourly wage or annual salary. So we're saying welders and those machine shops and
Yes, ma'am.
automotives.
That's correct.
Where when you drive your Bentley, you have to pay them $1,000 an hour to work on it. Okay.
That's
All
exactly
right.
Exactly right. And then the other school that we have also produces some great paying jobs, which is the School of Technology and Human Services.
Okay.
And so in that school, we have things like cybersecurity, we have business, we actually have teaching as a profession, and we boast that we actually have the only culinary arts program here in Muscogee County is in the School of Technology and Human Services.
And people always kind of overlook the money that's made in culinary arts.
Yes.
For those that have had the privilege of traveling all over the world, we actually even have a family member that works out of Hawaii on cruise ships. They make a lot of money.
They can do very well.
The private chefs, they make a lot of money, for the stars, the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's. Those people are on private jets and they're going all over the world with those millionaires, billionaires making a lot of money.
Okay.
So when we think of culinary arts, we need to make sure that they understand it's more than working in a regular restaurant, which is nothing wrong with that.
No.
But there are other opportunities.
There are a whole world of opportunities available to you, from being an executive chef with a business,
Right.
going into the catering field. We have a number of great catering venues here, all of which use some of our
Oh,
students.
absolutely.
So there's just a lot of opportunities there, and really with every one of our pathways there are. We have a number of different pathways, and each one of those really opens up a world of opportunities for the student to really go wherever they feel the best fit.
Right. And so with the technology and the cyber security, that is a big field now. We have people that go into the military, and that's what they're going in for. We have a lot of people with Department of Defense and other parts of the government. That's what they do. Because it's a different world than it was 10, 20 years ago.
Correct.
And so they get introduced to that kind of thing here.
That's right.
At high school.
That's exactly right. See, the unique thing about being a college and career academy is we are sort of a partnership, almost like a three-legged stool, if you will, where on the one hand you have the school district, Muskogee County School District.
Right.
You also have the business community, and then we also have a partnership with our post-secondary partners, so Columbus Tech and CSU.
Wow.
So as students progress through our cybersecurity program, ideally we're gearing them up to go into the Nexus cybersecurity program over at CSU. So we, in a lot of ways, are serving as a feeder both to Columbus Tech and to CSU.
Right, and so then it's not foreign, it's not new, it's not overwhelming.
Correct.
Because a lot of the majors that the young people, when they transition from high school into college, they're just really overwhelmed. They don't know. I worked at Andrew College, they changed their majors 3 and 4 times, but here you all are giving them the opportunity to learn and interface with businesses and other community higher education groups.
Absolutely, ma'am. The goal here is really to prepare someone for whether they're going on to college, whether they're going on to the military, or whether they're going straight into the workforce, and to give them that breadth of experience so that they ideally don't have to change their major quite so much.
Oh, I know.
And prepare them so that wherever they decide to go, that they really know that that's where they want to be. In fact, what I often tell people that folks don't realize when they hear the term vocational, vocation, that term is from a Latin word that actually means to call out. So when you hear someone has a vocation, it's really their calling.
I love that.
I do too, and that's what we're here to do, is to help these young people find their calling and pursue their passion.
And it's to call it out.
That's right.
And then you're giving them the tools early on, so when they get ready to leave you and go to the next phase, it's not foreign. They're not overwhelmed. They have some idea. Correct. I just love that. It's a calling. It's called out. I learn something every time I go and visit with educators. So I'm excited now. I'm more than excited.
Awesome.
So what we're going to do now is take our first break, go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors.
Straightforward is brought to you by State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front lines for veterans every day. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided, a touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Whole Patient Healthcare. Dr. Jada Rimes-Bacote is board certified in family medicine. She believes the best patient care includes practical, individualized lifestyle changes. Located at 1338 13th Avenue, Columbus, 706-641-2080, or visit wholepatienthealthcare.com.
And welcome back to Straightforward. I truly am enjoying this conversation with Ryan Willoughby. The call out, vocational, is to help them find their calling. And often we hear that in our faith communities. But you did some research, and you told me you even took Latin at CSU, and you didn't know that then, and now you just discovered that. I'm glad that you shared that. Because we usually just think, well, oh, it's your calling, and it's, but no, that's what you're helping these young people do, is to find their place, their path in the world. And that way that saves mama money, it saves them time, and the people that work at the colleges and universities where people changing their majors get to their junior year and change majors. I've seen that.
I do.
Yeah, so share with us what the other, we got 3 different academies.
Correct.
Okay, what's the other one? I'm excited.
So I think the first one to discuss is the School of
The School of
Industrial and Engineering Systems.
The School of Industrial and Engineering Systems.
Yes, ma'am.
Right here at Jordan High School.
That's exactly right.
All right.
It's very funny to me because a lot of people, when I bring them through and they see our welding shop and our machining shop, they always say, oh, I wish that we had things like this when I was a kid. Well, here at Jordan, we've been doing it since 1906.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so we were the very first vocational high school in America. And
in America?
In America.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. So that's a little known Columbus, Georgia history. Oh, Lord, now I have to brag on that. You know, I have no shame when it comes I mean, I'm from Columbus, so when we have been the first,
that's exactly
then I like for people to know. So we were the first in the nation?
We were. I mean, that's the sort of progressive community that we've always had.
Yes.
Jordan was established. It was originally called Secondary Industrial High School.
Okay.
And so the whole goal was to train the workforce for the mills that were here today.
Right. We had a lot of mills.
Correct.
We had Swift and we had Jordan mills and all of those.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. So we have this long and storied history of developing the local workforce. And so the School of Industrial and Engineering Systems, what that really is, if you traditionally think of it, is your shops like your machining, which we have a full machining shop here. We have a welding shop. It's fantastic.
On the property?
On the property.
Wow.
So,
state-of-the-art equipment.
State-of-the-art. In fact, going back to what we were discussing about our partnerships with post-secondary, we actually model those shops after the machining and welding shops and the mechatronics and the auto shops that you see at Columbus Tech.
Really?
So we're building that pipeline so when they work through our pathway, they can step right into those paths over at Columbus Tech. So we have the same equipment, and a lot of what we do is modeling that, getting them ready for that next step.
See, I'm excited about that because a lot of times in the public school system, people think everything, well, no, not everything, but some of the things are inferior, the equipment. But what you have just said, it is comparable to what they will experience at Columbus Technical College.
It's what they will have at Columbus Tech. It's in fact what they're going to experience when they get into the workforce.
Really?
Really. Well, when we go through the machine shop, I'll tell you just an example. We have a young man here who is working at Macaulay Propellers, who prepares all the propellers for Cessna.
Really?
And he's actually working on a machine that's very similar to the one that we have down in our machine shop. So they are using state-of-the-art equipment. Nothing is inferior. It's the best of the best. And so they're learning, using those tools that the industry is using.
So when he leaves graduation, he's just going to go right over there and he's going to have a real paycheck. All right? So
he's got one now.
Yeah, but it's really going to be because he's going to have more experience and his skill set would have improved.
Absolutely.
That is amazing.
It is. It's fantastic. And that's the great thing about having access to this sort of equipment is that these students can take that knowledge, take those skills, and go right into the workforce and have a job making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 right off the bat.
Exactly. And I like to share that with parents. It's nothing wrong. A 4-year degree is not for everyone.
It's not.
It's not. And it takes a certain amount of discipline to want to sit through all of the theory before you even get to the practical. And that's where a lot of people stop out or drop out because they don't understand that you got to go through all of that, what we call the core curriculum and all of that, before you really get to the part that you thought was going to be the fun part.
That's right.
And then you'll have the practical and you'll have a theory, and sometimes you get all the way down the road and it's not what you thought.
That's right.
You fantasized.
That's right.
I was a social worker and I thought that I could save the world, but I didn't factor in that I was going to be dressed up and broke. No, really. I was not going to get rich. I could change lives. I'm thankful that I have those credentials. But it was like, no, you're not going to get rich. But again, the person that's working on the propellers, when he gets his check, it's going to be a real check.
It's funny you say this because I have 2 daughters. And although I went on to graduate school, my wife went to technical school. She's a hairdresser.
Oh, she makes a lot of money.
Yeah, she makes
I know she does.
She asked me when our daughters first came into the world, she said, would you be upset if our daughters didn't go to college? And I told her, I said, no, actually it's the opposite.
Right.
I said, if they tell me they want to go to college, what I want to hear is a business plan.
Exactly.
I want to hear how that degree is going to make money for them.
Exactly.
Because we've got students here, we have a heavy equipment program, again, the only one in Muskogee County, where our students, as soon as they complete that program, they pretty much have a guaranteed job. Actually out there operating heavy equipment and making good money.
Right.
Well, if my daughter came to me and said, hey, I want to go to 4-year college, I want to hear, what degree are you getting?
You better.
How much is it going to cost you?
Exactly.
How much are you going to make when you get out?
Exactly.
Because that's what it's about.
Because you can't spend $80,000 on a degree and you're going to get paid $35,000 a year. The math is not math.
That's exactly.
And those are but those are the honest conversations that people need to have. Because in my day, the thing was go to college, go to college, go to college, and that was because a lot of people were not afforded the opportunity to go.
Right.
Well, now you can make more money in some of the trades.
That's right.
And when we look at, and your wife is a brilliant woman, we look at someone like Beyonce that's paying $10,000 for a hair weave. Your wife can work one day and go to the beach while you're still here at school.
She absolutely could. Now, she's not working for Beyonce.
I know, but she could. No, I'm just saying the possibilities
That's
are
right.
there. The possibilities are there, and I do know someone that does the hair for Good Morning America. She's my social media friend, and a friend of a family person here.
Yeah.
And so you'll see her, and that's what she's doing,
Absolutely.
And so we have to make sure we let people know it's okay to take a non-traditional route.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
What we want is people to be productive, doing something they enjoy. Because if you have a job that you hate, it makes everybody miserable. The people you serving, the people you working with, and Lord, the people you live at home with, it's just like a nightmare. And so that's why we have to make it okay for our young people to make other choices, which might not necessarily be the choice that mom and dad might want all the time. But then, like you said, you told your daughters to explain to you why.
That's right.
Why are you choosing that? What is your business plan? That's wisdom, and that's forward thinking. And I like that for a dad. I'm going to give you an A on that. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now, go to our final break to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors.
David Benefield at the historic Highland Hall, florist extraordinaire, making dreams come true for all occasions. Visit David and his team today at 1504 17th Street or call 706-324-4881, where happiness blooms. The Columbus Memory Center, 7196 North Lake Drive, Suite A, Columbus. Dr. Jonathan Liss is a board-certified neurologist and sleep specialist committed to battling Alzheimer's by preserving independence, offering you the opportunity to get your memory number for free, the only vital sign for brain health. Call today at 706-327-4000 or visit columbusmemorycenter.com.
And welcome back to Straightforward. I really am enjoying this visit at the Jordan High School here in Columbus, Georgia with Ryan Willoughby. Great programs, things I thought I should have already known before today. Certainly, I have been enlightened. We want to make sure that we're sharing all of this great information throughout the Chattahoochee Valley. And you share it with me, Ryan, and we definitely have to cover this because we appreciate all the businesses that support you in all of the schools of, that is so high class, schools of here at Jordan High School, but the Peach Education Tax Credit.
Yes, ma'am.
See, I just really want you to let the community business people know what that is all about and how they can get involved and how they can make a difference.
This is something I am extremely excited about, ma'am. So we've recently completed about a $12 million renovation here at Jordan.
$12 million.
$12 million.
Because this is a lot of the historic building.
It is.
Right.
It is. And the fact is we still have wonderful plans in the future that we need to fund. And so this opportunity came to us. There's something called the Peach Education Tax Credit.
Okay.
And so this is something through the state of Georgia where an individual or ideally a business can actually take their tax liability, so money they were going to pay to the state of Georgia,
right,
and direct it to a public school, in this case to Jordan.
How smart is that? Jordan High.
That's exactly.
So is this something that you sought out or?
Really, it was something that kind of fell into my lap.
Really?
Yes. In fact, when it first came across my desk, I honestly couldn't believe it. I thought maybe this sounds
too good to be true.
correct,
Right.
Too good to be true.
Right.
And so We put together a presentation on it, did our research, and we actually got approved to raise up to $3.5 million.
$3.5 million, and we can do that using the Peach Education Tax Credit.
Correct. Yes,
And
ma'am.
so those tax liabilities, whatever they had, they can just up to $3 million.
$3.5 million. Yeah.
Right here to Jordan High School.
Correct. In fact, a business, if they're large enough, can actually contribute up to 75% of their tax liability. So if they owe $10,000 to the state of Georgia,
Yes.
they can take $7,500 of that, send it directly to Jordan. It's going to go to our programs, to our students, and then they get credit with the state of Georgia. The state of Georgia says, okay, you owed us 10, but you've already paid $7,500 and went to Jordan.
How great is that?
And it's super simple. It's all online.
And it's online.
Online.
So this is the Georgia Department of Revenue that's saying this is okay.
Correct.
Right. So I want people to be clear.
Correct.
That we not trying to mess you up with
No.
the tax people, because they cannot be very friendly people sometimes.
That's right.
So we want to make sure that they know this has been cleared with the Georgia Department of Revenue.
Correct.
All of the paperwork, everything is there. It's online. It's legitimate.
Yes.
And they can do up to 75%.
A business can.
A business can.
Individuals a little bit less than
Right, but the businesses, because they usually have a little, a broader pool of money.
Correct.
And we want to get as much of that money for our students here.
Correct.
And so we can expand and continue this great work on these 3 different academies and schools. I have to tease you about
That's
that. That is
fine.
just
That's
so, I really love that.
We do
Schools
too.
of, right. Okay, and so how do they notify you that they're doing this? Will it come anonymous? Or is that a part of the paperwork?
So ideally, I'd like them to notify me so that we can be aware of that and help them through the process.
All right, I like that. So if they want to do it, they can notify you, Ryan Willoughby,
Yes,
and you can help walk them through the process.
Correct.
And that way we can make sure the money is earmarked for this school and not somewhere else, which we want them to help other people, but we want to take care of home first.
Correct.
Okay.
That's exactly right. And so you really go online, you apply and say, here's what I'd like to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they then send it to the Department of Revenue. The
Mhm.
Department of Revenue looks it over and says, yay or nay. Right?
Okay.
They send you something saying, yes, we're okay for you to do that. You then write the check, whatever that tax liability you're approved for, and then they send you a receipt. And so then within 30 days, it's sent over to here at Jordan, where we put it into a pool, and then once we have the funds available, we start on these 3 different unique projects that we're working on.
Isn't that something? I love this. And I've not heard this anywhere else.
Mhm.
So I'm just very excited that this is something that we can share. And then as I'm out moving in the community and then throughout the Chattahoochee Valley, that's a conversation that I can have with other people.
Absolutely.
Because if we're all looking for a way to make our tax situation better.
That's right.
No, really, we are.
Well, and you want to make sure that your taxes are going to something that matters to you.
Exactly.
And so what I tell people is this is money that you have to pay anyways. So
Yes.
isn't it nice to know that that money's going to stay local? You know it's going to benefit local students. It's
Mhm.
going to benefit your community.
Right.
And so I think this is a really great vehicle, and we're very excited to be using it here.
Wow, changing lives, families, generations. That's what you all are doing here.
Yes, ma'am.
So before we run out of time, I want to make sure we circle back. Let's talk about, just highlight the 3 different academies, the schools of, and the goals, the mission, and what the community can do to support you.
Absolutely. So we have a mission statement here at Jordan, and for us, that is not merely a slogan. It's really who we are.
Okay?
And that statement is that we are a place where students learn, teachers teach, parents participate, and where the community entrusts that the young people who come from us are present, prepared, and professional.
Present, prepared, and professional.
That's correct.
I love that. And so it's not just a slogan.
Nope.
You all live it.
That's right. It's a way of life for us.
A way of life. I love that.
The way we say it here is that's how we do business.
Okay, that's how we do business. I understand that. No, and when you come into the building, you can see parents were in the lobby. You can see the front staff engaging them. Your other leadership staff that I met today, everybody was so inviting and so willing. And that's what it really takes when you want the community to come in and help. They need to feel like they're welcome.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, and so run over those 3, the freshman academy.
Yes, ma'am.
Every freshman starts in this freshman academy.
Correct.
And then we move them, they have the opportunity to go to
They have the opportunity to go to either the School of Technology and Human Services,
Okay.
where we have culinary, cyber security, health sciences. We have a great health sciences program.
Okay.
And then we also, or they can go to the School of Industrial and Engineering Systems. So that's where we have our welding, automotive, architecture, construction, heavy equipment, etc.
All right, so the folks are gonna just leave and get those big paychecks.
That's right.
And you have a lot of students that are dual enrollment. We
Correct.
saw some activity earlier today when the visit first started. And you said no, because a lot of them, we have a lot of activity because they're dual enrolled and they're leaving and they're going to the next thing. A lot of them work and they're leaving and they're going for that.
And we're very proud of our dual enrollment students, especially because as Jordan, Vienna College and Career Academy, we're actually the only high school where we will transport our dual enrollment students. So they don't have to have a car and drive themselves to CSU or Columbus Tech. We'll actually take them there. And we also have a great work-based learning program where we're helping them to craft their resumes, do interviews. We bring a ton of businesses in-house to conduct those interviews and get our students working right off the bat.
Well, you all have dotted every I, crossed every T. I want the community to support you all 100%. I want all of these businesses, instead of giving their money, just let it, with the Georgia Department of Revenue, we need to make sure that it's coming here to Jordan High School.
I agree.
I thank you so much for doing this today. I'm excited and we will do this again.
I look forward to it, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.
What up, world? What's up, Columbus? Be sure to tune in every Sunday, Straightforward with Gloria Strode, right here on NBC 38.
Alright, this is for want to do the edges first? Yeah.